Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to the Terror in the Isles Challenge. This is a segment I'm doing with my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where we're going to examine films from Terror in the Isles. Not only the theatrical cut, but the television cut as well. Today, we're going to be talking about The Legacy. The Legacy is a 1978 film, which runs approximately 102 minutes, and is directed by Richard Marquand. Now, he passed away on September 4th, 1987, at the age of 49. He was responsible for Return of the Jedi, Jagged Edge, and Hearts of Fire. Now, this stars Catherine Ross as Margaret Walsh. She was in The Graduate, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and The Stepford Wives, the original. Sam Elliott as Pete Danner. He was in Roadhouse, A Star is Born, and The Hero. And John Standring as Jason Mount Olive. He was in V for Vendetta, The Elephant Man, and Scoop. Now, Roger Daltrey also makes an appearance in this. He doesn't have a huge part, but it's decent. And he actually does a pretty good job. Now, the budget on this film is $2.5 million, and the worldwide gross is $11.3 million. And Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross actually met on this movie and fell in love. They got married in 1984 and are still together today. Unusual, that's for sure. Alright. The Legacy is a pretty complicated story. You have our main characters, Catherine Ross and Sam Elliott, who are a couple that aren't married. Now, I think they have a business fixing up houses or something like that. That's kind of what they allude to. Or interior decorating. And they get a cash advance of $50,000 in order to go over to England to hear about a job. Well, of course, the Sam Elliott character thinks it's kind of weird, but the Catherine Ross character really wants to go. When they get over there, they're on the way, I think they're on the way to like a hotel or something, and they get run off the road by a Rolls Royce. In that Rolls Royce is Jason Mount Olive. The motorcycle's pretty messed up, but he takes it to a mechanic to get it fixed, and meanwhile invites them to stay at his house until it gets fixed. When they finally get to this house, which is absolutely gorgeous, the house is more or less like a character in the film. That will lead to my relatable recommendation, but we're not there yet. So, the house is gorgeous. This guy is filthy rich, and apparently all these people come and stay with him. Now, Catherine Ross finds out that she is somehow related to the millionaire in this house, and that $50,000 was just a ruse to get her over there. I'm not going to tell you how she's related, and I'm not going to tell you how it makes a difference. But you've heard the old Eagles song that you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Well, that is exactly what happens in The Legacy. And I'm going to pretty much leave the story there. I was always a fan of this. There is a scene and a specific kill in this film where a woman drowns in a pool, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But I'm not going to tell you how, but it made me very apprehensive about getting in anyone's pool for years, because it kind of traumatized me a little bit. I've always had this fear of drowning, and you know, seeing that part in The Legacy always kind of got under my skin. I think that everyone did a fantastic job. This is a movie that still doesn't really get a lot of love, and I really don't understand that, because this is also kind of a new idea. And everyone says, oh, we want something new. We don't want the same old stuff, or remakes, and this, that, and the other thing. Slasher movies are a dime a dozen, but everybody craps on it. So, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. I've always liked this film. I've always found it, for the most part, pretty original. Now we're going to get to my relatable recommendation. And that is going to be Burnt Offerings. Now, the reason why I have Burnt Offerings as my relatable recommendation is because the house is basically a focal point in both movies, and strange accidents start to happen in both of these houses. So, Karen Black, Oliver Reed, they are both great in Burnt Offerings. There's also a little bit, well, I'm not going to say that. It was something about the end, but I don't want to give anything away, so in case you've seen one and not the other. But check out Burnt Offerings, and don't forget to check out The Legacy. And definitely check out Joe's review and see what he picked as a relatable recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.